First Minister's Questions from the 19th of April in Holyrood, where Ruth Davidson, the most senior Scottish representative of the Conservative and Unionist Party, asked the first question as follows.
No representative, or indeed consultant, working for the Scottish Conservative Party has ever met with the disgraced data harvesting company Cambridge Analytica or its parent company. Can the First Minister... They don't like it, but it was good enough for Ian Blackford to ask at PMQs. It's good enough for me to ask at FMQs. Can the First Minister say the same about the Scottish Government or the SNP?
What Ruth is attempting to do here is to isolate the Scottish Conservative and Unionist Party and insulate them from the actions of the United Kingdom Conservative and Unionist Party. It's understandable that she would seek to do so, given the amount of connections that were exposed between Cambridge Analytica and its parent company and the UK Conservative Party. These connections were listed in quite excruciating detail by Nicola Sturgeon, the First Minister, in her response to Ruth's question. Ruth then follows up her question with this.
If the First Minister had bothered to listen to my first question,
okay, order, please.
she'd know the party that I'm in charge of has never held any meetings, never had any emails, never had any contacts, nothing.
Now there's quite a bit of background noise going on as Ruth makes that statement, but just in case you missed it, here's the important bit.
The party that I'm in charge of.
The party that I'm in charge of.
The party that I'm in charge of.
Claim by Ruth Davidson to be in charge of a party which is insulated and isolated from the actions of the United Kingdom Conservative and Unionist Party is the whole claim which is allowing her to make this attack on the Scottish National Party. This is the website of the Electoral Commission, with whom political parties in the United Kingdom are obliged to register, and you can see that there are two registers. There's one for Great Britain and there is another for Northern Ireland. Now, if Ruth's claim to be in charge of an independent party in Scotland, which is insulated and isolated from the actions of the United Kingdom Conservative and Unionist Party, were true, the spending in the 2016 Scottish Parliament elections, for example, would be attributed to that party, but you can see that they're quite clearly attributed to the Conservative and Unionist Party. So let's see which parties are registered to field candidates in Scottish elections. You can see is that the Conservative and Unionist Party are registered to field candidates in England, in Wales and in Scotland. If you look further down on the registration page for that party, you see that the leader is the Right Honourable Theresa May MP. But what really seals the deal is further down on the same page you can see here that the Scottish Conservatives is a symbol and an emblem which is registered to that same party. Now, if Patrick Harvie was to try and make a similar kind of claim to Ruth Davidson and isolate himself and insulate himself from the UK Green Party, he could do so because his party is registered as the Scottish Green Party and he's registered as the leader of that party. So with this in mind, let's re-examine exactly what Ruth said at FMQs.
No representative, or indeed consultant, working for the Scottish Conservative Party has ever met with the disgraced data harvesting company Cambridge Analytica or its parent company.
And that is nothing short of a barefaced lie from Ruth Davidson, because she knows that the Conservative Party fields candidates in Scotland but does not have a party in Scotland of which she is in charge, because she would have to have registered as being the leader of such a party. This claim by Ruth Davidson could only be said to be true by virtue of the fact that the party that she is claiming to lead does not exist. But this does not alleviate her of the responsibility of misleading Parliament and misleading the Scottish electorate.
Can the First Minister... They don't like it, but it was good enough for Ian Blackford to ask at PMQs. It's good enough for me to ask at FMQs.
No, Ruth, it is in no way, shape or form good enough for you to be asking this question in Holyrood. If you, like Patrick Harvie, were the leader of a Scottish party, then you could make that claim. But you are not the leader of any party. You are, rather, the branch manager of the Conservative and Unionist Party in Scotland. And in that capacity, you have misled Holyrood and lied to the Scottish electorate. The consequences of that lie are quite clear.